Hey guys, welcome to a new Unity tutorial. In this tutorial I'm gonna show you how to make a simple camera script that will smoothly follow the player in both Y and X axis or only on the X axis. So the script will have like three parameters. One is the target, so the target that we want the camera to follow in this case is the player. The second is the height, so it's the offset of the camera in the Y position. If I lock Y, you can see if I make it low, it will be lower. If I make it high, the camera will be higher. And if follow speed, which means the higher the value, the higher the camera will move. If I have like 10, you can see it's not really smooth, it's just snapping to the player. And if I have it like low, something like 1, it will smoothly follow the player. And here I have a boolean to check if I want to follow the player in the Y axis or not. So here it's unchecked, so the camera will jump with the player. And if I lock it, like lock Y, it will not follow the player in the Y axis. So let's jump to the script and I will show you what is going on. Here I have the script. Don't panic, these green things are just comments, they are not the script. The script is pretty small, it's like only 2 lines of code or 3. So here we have the parameters that I already showed you. The transform, it's the target of type transform, it's a target to follow. We have the height, it's a float, the offset of the target in the Y axis. We have the follow speed, it's a float too. And we have a boolean that I called lock Y, and they are all private, but I type here serialize field, so it shows in inspector. You can just make it private and type serialize field, or just make it public. In my case I don't want to access this variable from any other script, so there is no reason to make it public. And here I have a vector3 parameter, I call it new camera position. So it's the target position, it's where I want to move my camera. So here I'm just declaring it and I will make it in the follow player function. So now let's create the follow player method. Type void follow player, you can call it whatever you want, I call it follow player, and we create our method. Here I have an if statement, is checking if I want to lock the camera in the Y axis. So if I lock the camera in the Y axis, which means I only want my camera to follow the player on the X axis. So if it's true, I create a new camera position, which I declared already here. So let's make a new vector3, and it will have an X and Y and Z. In this case our X position will be the target dot position dot X. So I want the camera to follow the player in the X position. And here I don't want the camera to follow the player in the Y position. That's why I will not type target dot position dot Y. I will type transform dot position dot Y. It just means that this is the current Y position of my camera, and we have a Z position, and it will be same current Z position of the camera. So we type in transform that position dot Z. So here we create the new position that follow only X axis. So let's go here and create the new camera position that will follow the player in the X and the Y axis. So we type in else, which means if this is false, we just type else, and we make a new camera position. We type in new vector3, same, it will have X and Y and Z. The X will be same like this, will be the target dot position dot X. In our case the target is the player, and the Y is the target dot position dot Y. So I want my camera to move in the Y axis and to follow player in the Y axis, not like this, not in this case, we just wanted to follow him in the X. and we add the height. So we type target.position.y plus height. Means if we don't do it, like if we keep it like this, the player will be always in the center. In some games you want it to be always in the center, but I want it to be modular, so I can make the camera offset like I want. And here, since we are in 2D, I don't want to move the camera in the z-axis, so I type transform.position.z, which means my z current position of the camera. So here we create the position that follow the player in x and y. Now let's create the function that will move our player. So we type in transform.position equal to vector3.lerp. So what vector3.lerp does is just move an object position to another position with certain speed. It's pretty simple. In our case, the original position would be our transform.position, that means our current camera position, to a new camera position that we create here and here with a follow speed that we already declared here. And we multiply it by time.delta time because we don't want the frames to affect this speed. And now when we create our follow player, we just wanna call it in the fixed update void. Why I call it in fixed update and I don't use late update? I don't know why, because when I use in this follow player function in the late update, it will be so laggy. I don't know why, but it gives me lag. So if you know the reason, just type it in the comment. And you can try it. You can call it this function in the late update. If it doesn't work, just call it in the fixed update. So this is the end of the video. Thank you guys for watching and see you next time.